What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we got a 21 Underrot, which was my only key that I hadn't done on a 20 or higher up until now, so finally getting that one cleared out. It was actually a super clean run for this week. It's a lot harder healing. The affixes this week are actually really bad with Necrotic and Raging, and then Tyrannical is never a fun affix either. I really made sure I was paying attention to my positioning more than anything else, because that's been my biggest, probably my biggest weakness lately. But yeah, hope you guys enjoy the video. If you like what you see, subscribe. I'll start streaming once I get to that 100. I'm almost there. Hopefully I can get it before Shadowlands drops, so I can start streaming before then. But yeah, be sure to hit the like button, and I'll catch you later. On something, I don't know what. I was really close. Had me worried.
Beware.
Oh, we're good. Alright, I don't know who's getting hit by the cleave this time. Looks like it was almost the... Looks like it was almost a priest. So this is just a cooldown right here for when the cleave will cast. We'll cast again in 3 seconds.
Beware.
So this is not a fun week to do keys. Tyrannical, Raging, Necrotic, they don't go well together. But one cool thing about Shaman is Spirit Link Totem does not care about Necrotic. So you can actually cast Spirit Link Totem if the tank has heavy Necrotic stacks, and that way you can actually kind of save him. You can still heal him that way. So this guy is actually really bad on Necrotic weeks because he gets the those little flesh fiends. They do... I didn't mean to do that, I meant to press T. They do the bleed just in general, and then they also do Necrotic. So I'm going to put my slow down so that they stop. Alright, good, he did that as well. Tank might actually be dead here because he's outranging me. Okay, he popped his cheat. I just couldn't get to him in time to heal him. I am running Earth Grab Totem. Let's put that right there. I didn't mean to actually select it. I was too busy trying to find it, and tank got free. That was my bad. Alright. Okay, I'm not gonna pre-pot anymore. There's no point in pre-potting at this point, since they're all on long CDs. Put an Earth Shield. I need to top them up. I put a Cloud Burst. So this fight actually doesn't require a lot of healing as long as everybody's doing what they're supposed to do. You don't get in the Creeping Rot. And unfortunately, I'm not gonna have. Ah, that sucks. He, oh.
Beware.
Alright, good. He lusted. I did it just by habit.
Beware.
But yeah, you don't actually have to heal a lot this fight. It's really nice. Just make sure you're getting those interrupts. You see all three of us just interrupted right there. We still have the Hunters interrupt for the next one, which is good. So Hunters interrupt that. Yep. I don't think I'll be able to interrupt this next one, but maybe. Yeah, I will. It's a nice thing about having such a short cooldown on interrupts. So I have done a little bit of UI changes, just trying to make everything a little bit easier. I've moved my timers over here. I've moved these weak auras. This one was redundant up here, and then I just moved the flame shock down here, and then put the Crucible of Flame underneath as well. Alright, we got Shrouds, so we don't have to worry about accidentally pulling those. Oh, we came out of Shroud way too early. Oh, this is not good. Okay.
Beware.
Let's see, got a Healing Rain. Healing Tide Totem. I'm gonna stun.
Beware.
Yeah, so the rogue stopped his... I wasn't like right on top of them whenever they stopped that shroud, and I wound up pulling. Pop a sentence here since he's taking a lot of damage. It does suck I'm not able to do a whole lot of damage right now. Again, that's probably one of the biggest drawbacks about Shaman in my opinion, is the fact that we don't have passive damage. All of our damage is very active, so we have to be casting damage and not able to cast a heal. But that right there was definitely a sign of me paying attention, being a lot more aware than I was on those last few keys last week. So also it helps that this was this is Tyrannical. Actually, it does help a little bit that it's Tyrannical instead of Fortified, because that way, you know, the mobs aren't doing as much damage as they would normally. Good thing is though, like, everybody in this group seems to be pretty well know what they're doing.
Run away, little girl.
So, alright, so I'm actually going to drop this totem here. So now he's slowed, so he's easier to get away from him. I'm going to drop slow totem again. Always make sure you're careful not to stand too close to those guys. So you want to kind of stay in the middle between Cragmaw and over there, so you don't accidentally ninja pull those.
Beware.
And these Bloodstormers, if you get too far like that, they'll jump to you. Like he will now, once he's done stunned or binding, he's gonna jump to the hunter. Yep.
Beware.
So you can actually keep that from happening if you are a little bit farther away from him, or if you're just outside his melee range, he won't jump to you. He'll just chase you. But you gotta find that sweet spot, which can be difficult.
Beware.
Interrupt that decaying mind. What is going on with my color? Okay. I'm
Beware.
gonna drop my Earth Grab totem. It is really unfortunate about the Earth Grab totem, because unlike binding shot like the hunter has, Earth Grab does break on damage, but at least after it breaks, it still slows, so it's not completely useless. A little bit useless, but not completely useless. Alright, so I really do need to make sure I don't use any cooldowns before this boss, because I need to make sure that I have all of them ready. I will say between the hunter, we have a lot of crowd control in this group. Hunter, priest, and DK, rogue. We have a whole lot
Beware.
of crowd control. Oh, and it still went through. So the biggest thing about this boss coming up, Cragmaw here, is cooldown management and cloud burst management. High Tide is a pretty popular one. I think it is better for whenever you have a group that you can communicate with, because you can get your High Tide ready and get a chain heal off on the first wave of the tantrum. However, when you don't have a group communication, it is a little bit more difficult, because I can't tell them, hey, don't move, alright, now move, to get those chain heals, those High Tide chain heals off. So it's fine, we'll make it work. I'm really not super concerned about it. I'm gonna go and drop a stun here. Dispel that shield. Just gonna use some. Once I see his weak aura there, I just go ahead and put my binding totem down at that point. Earth grab totem. Should be called binding totem, and it should do the same thing as binding shot, in my opinion. But so DKs do need a little bit more healing this week than normal, just because of the obviously necrotic. They can't self heal quite as much, so they just need a little bit of extra. Still, you know, most of the time, as long as they have above that 50% runic power threshold, they're good. It's not a whole lot to worry about there. Stun. Just to follow up on his stun. That guy did not get any cast off. So that's good. I like it. This group feels good. This group feels really good. Alright, I spoke too soon. I was gonna do a chain heal here. So it looks like that chain heal actually only went off on myself. I don't even know if it went off on the priest, which is kind of strange. Alright, so I want to make sure I'm being kind of watchful here. Okay, good. They both interrupted. If one of those weren't interrupted, I would have swapped to the other one.
Beware.
You don't really have to worry about interrupting the spirit drain totem. Just move. You cast it, you just move. Alright, let's see. We're gonna do this boss first. Yeah. So we are going to do this guy here.
3, 2, 1.
I used to play Alliance, and I played a dwarf. So this boss wasn't quite as bad then, because I could
Beware.
I could soak some of the stuff myself, and then dispel myself with my passive. So I'm gonna try and make sure I'm really focusing here because I don't want to use any cooldowns
Beware.
on the. Yeah, so that didn't hit me, so I shouldn't have gotten hit by that earlier. Sorry about the lack of talking here. I'm just trying to focus, make sure I'm staying out of things.
Beware.
I do have to pump a lot more healing into the tank due to necrotic, so I'm just having to watch out for that. Oh my god. Dodged into one. I'm gonna go ahead and drop my mana tide totem here. I should be fine. To do that right now.
Beware.
Alright, so we got Festering Harvest coming out. I'm gonna Spirit Walkers here so I can dodge and cast. I'm just gonna use some chain heals. And then pop it.
Beware.
Nice thing is you'll never get the upheaval as a healer. I want to start casting a little more healing waves. Just so I can make sure I'm not using up all my mana. Whenever you use them with the tidal wave buff, it doesn't take too long to cast, so it's fine. Alright, so the reason we did this boss first is because we were waiting for Lust to be back up. So now I've got our Bloodlust. Because this boss is definitely a pug killer, especially on Tyrannical. I'm just going to eat up real quick, get mana. Okay. Now, I have everything tracking. Okay. I don't know why I'm casting Chain Lightning. Do not stand in front of the boss. Stand over here. That way you can bait out the charge, so you don't have to worry about getting that as much. And then I'm gonna get that since I am. Don't stand in front. Stood in front. We do have a battle res. Unfortunately, he has to use his. That's not good. We gotta kill these blood ticks as quickly as possible because they put necrotic stacks. So for this first one, I'm gonna go ahead and drop my Cloud Burst.
Beware.
Tantrum is now. I'm gonna go ahead and use Spirit or Healing Tide Totem. And we're good. I'm gonna drop a stun here. Yeah, they weren't in position. I'm just trying to heal up. Whenever those blood ticks die, they do explode, so you want to watch out for that. I'm in healing rain here since we all are pretty grouped. Yeah, you need to be facing over here so that these blood ticks are more confined. Just makes it a lot easier on everybody. So you don't get as many blood ticks. Now I'm going to Ascendance. I'm going to pop a Cloud Burst. So yeah, this is actually pretty easy. Now the next one I need to be very careful for. Move before his is. I'm watching the ingestion timer, so I'm not going to get hit by that. I do apologize for not talking a lot. I am trying to focus as much as I can, so I've got 5 seconds. I'm going to go ahead and pop this Cloud Burst so I can have another one ready.
Beware.
I'm going to use my healing pot. Hopefully other people do as well. Yeah, so I'm hoping other people did use their health pots there. I'm going to use my defensive. Drop a stun. Use Spirit Link as well, just to help the tank. We got a lot of necrotic stacks right here, and I want to make sure I'm actually not healing the tank as much due to the necrotic stacks. I'm going to drop this guy. And there we go. That was really, really close. Yes, they... Oh, we've got this guy here. Thanks, Earth Ellie, keeping us all alive from the death speaker. Rogue seems to be blaming the hunter. I don't really know who was not staying in the right place there, but somebody wasn't. It's all good. Only the tank died. Which, I mean, that isn't good. I'm not saying that's the good part, but the fact that we didn't wipe is good. And that's what's bad about Necrotic. Like, it's so hard to recover from stuff like that. You know, tank gets so many stacks of just gets so many stacks of Necrotic and you can't heal him. Now maybe I shouldn't have popped my Cloudburst totem as early there. I actually should have held on another 3 seconds before casting the Cloudburst totem to begin with, so that it would have been ready. So it would have been ready for that first tantrum wave to get everybody topped off in that hit. Yeah, Cloudburst lasts for 15 seconds. So if you want to feed it for a tantrum wave, you should cast it, 10 seconds before the tantrum starts. And I do believe that I did it a little bit too early. So this is actually new. I don't think I've ever killed this guy before, at least not on purpose. Alright, so these things, when they spawn, they will hit where you were standing. So as long as you just move away from where you were standing, you won't get hit by them. So if I just move right there,
Beware.
I'm fine. See? Oh, don't stand maddening gaze. It's frontal. And it will fear you while dealing damage. Let's see. Alright, that one's got. I'll interrupt that one. Only one cast went through. It's not a huge deal. Hunter should be soothing these guys. Looks like he did. Good. We really should have pulled that guy on top of this guy instead of pulling him back. But it's fine. I'm actually going to drop Cloud Burst and a Healing Rain here because I had a feeling that was going to happen. I was in the midst of casting Healing Rain, or else I could have interrupted it, I guess. Alright, tank is in. Interrupt. So it looks like we're not going to be doing an obelisk with the boss, which is perfectly fine. We have plenty of time if people would run. Okay. So it's actually really good that tank was able to snap him. Because it looked like the priest was actually ripping threat. I'm going to get hit by this. I've got interrupt for this one. Alright, so we're going to kill him up here so that we don't pull. Come on. Come on. There we go. Heal myself up just to make sure I'm safe. Okay, I'll wait for the tank to go out first. If anything does get accidentally pulled, it's him that pulls it. I'm going to drop a stun here just to help. I'm going to interrupt that Withering Curse. We're taking a lot of pretty good bit of AoE damage here. I'm going to Cloud Burst and do a chain heal on the rogue here. I will say another tip. Always make sure that you are not chain healing off of the tank on necrotic weeks. The reduced heal that the tank gets. Oh, that was quicker than I was expecting. That is transferred to your necrotic or to your chain heal. So it's going to be healing for however much less it's going to be healing for from bouncing off the tank. So always keep that in mind. Alright, so what would be nice is if all of these guys were grouped together, because they are stunnable. Alright, I'm going to stand over here so that I can make sure the tank has a clear path. I'm going to get hit by that, but that's fine. And I'm on my way. So we're pretty good on percent. We're maybe one mob over percent. Because we still have to kill these two guys. So we probably could have done without killing. If we could have done it without killing the big guy over there before this obelisk, then we would have been like perfect percentage, but it's alright. Alright, so Abyssal Reach is cast. I'm going to move over here. Now I'm going to move here.
Beware.
I'm going to drop this Tremor Totem, just in case. I thought I just wasn't out of range. Okay, I'm going to move here.
Beware.
Make sure I'm out of that Maddening Gaze. out of Abyssal Reach. And easy. Now this boss is easy as long as everybody stays grouped together and kites the correct way. If they don't kite the correct way, then if they don't bait the blob things, then this boss can be really, really difficult. Alright, so I'm gonna use my potion and we're gonna lust. So you want to stand over here. Oh, stand over here.
Beware.
Then you want to move through. Though everything is behind him. Stand back over here. One good thing about this boss is everybody should be grouped up, so Healing Rain actually gets some pretty good usage. Move through. Go and drop another Cloud Burst right here, the Healing Rain. Do a chain heal just to make sure everybody's up.
Beware.
Explosive. Move. Okay, drop another chain Healing Rain, another chain heal. Put another Cloud Burst down.
Beware.
Okay. So far, this fight's going pretty well. I'm gonna save my cooldowns on this boss just to make sure in case anybody messes up. Move now. Yeah. So I'm gonna put my healing tide totem down. It's so hard to say.
Beware.
And I'm actually gonna drop my Earth Elemental as well. Do some chain heals.
Beware.
Move through. This is not a good place. I'm gonna drop Spirit Link Totem.
Beware.
And now I'm gonna Ascendance just to make sure. Move over here. And run through. Yeah, these guys, people are. This is why I was saving my cooldowns. Because people were just starting to get really out of position there. But time at 21, Underrot. It's a pretty difficult key for a lot of people, especially in pugs. But we timed it. Actually, a super clean run too. So yeah, I'm actually really happy with that. Hope you guys enjoyed the video as well, and I'll catch you in the next one.